Hi guys, it's a beautiful day once again and welcome back to Dexter's World channel. I always choose to be happy despite of the obstacles, despite of the circumstances. Actually, deep inside, I feel sad because of the news that I received just this morning that my pet ostrich, which I named Gino, died because of the heavy downpour that we experienced last night. Gino wasn't able to survive, and maybe because of the old age, I don't know, because maybe Gino is also in trouble because there are no other farm animals that are present there at the old farm, because we already have transferred all the chickens, the ducks, and even the geese are no longer there. I was thinking that I can transfer him to this new farm that we have prepared for him, of course. And it's so sad to hear that Gino died. Well, I dropped by this morning at dawn and I saw the condition of the ostrich, and I chose not to film because it's really very painful to see your pet already dead. These are the things that pet keepers should understand, that we are not in control of the life of our pets. The fish, the birds, the goats, the ducks, the rabbits, there are really tragedies that we're gonna experience, and I'd like you to understand that sometimes it pains our heart, like the goldfish that I featured in my last video. It already died and it's painful, but life must go on, and we are not going to attach too much ourselves to our pets because we are not the owner of their lives. So today we're gonna show you our process here of segregating the big baby goldfish from the small ones. Actually, we have here 3 sizes: the large, the medium, and the small. And what we're doing now is we are collecting all the large fish because we wanted to transfer them in a bigger tank. In this particular case, we could not anymore load the fish in the mud pan because we are really literally loaded with fish. We have produced so many, and in fact, just right now, we are able to gather some 500 large babies of mix of this ranchu. We have this calico, we also have pearl scale, we have the moorfish. My breeding process is actually very, selective. What I mean is that I don't mix the moorfish with the calico or this ranchu. I breed ranchu with ranchu and moor with moorfish, and that's the practice that we're gonna maintain in order also to maintain the quality of our fish. Right here you will see that I have here a bunch of fish which are big already. I said large because they're already big compared to the other siblings. And we are now about to, transfer them in a bigger tank. So this is just a cycle. We throw this smaller fish to the mud pan or even the concrete tank, and then when we're gonna make a harvest, we will immediately replace the goldfish or baby goldfish in the empty tank. So this is the cycle, and we don't anymore have the gaps, meaning that all year round we are able to produce our own products of this goldfish. So our staff, can you say hi to our vlogs? Our staff had been here for as early as 5 o'clock in the morning, and we drink our coffee here. We're just making this activity as our pastime because this is very enjoyable. Your eyes will really be alerted to choose which among the best that we can select in order to be grown in a bigger tank. There are actually 4 processes that I would like you to take note. The first one is the breeding and selection of breeders. In breeding our fish, we have mentioned already that we need the spawning tank. And then number 2, the fry care. The fry care is very important because when we miss to feed the fry, the day old or 3 or 4 days old fry, then they will vanish. Some of them will really die, almost all of them if not. The reason that we recommend live food for the fry is because to be able to have higher rate of survival. Because if they cannot be fed with the fry, this BBS, then some of them will eat the other. So they will practice cannibalism. And then number 3 is the segregation process. So the segregation is an activity where you're gonna select the best from the not best fish. There are really fish that have deformities and they should be called immediately because we will not grow them. Aside from it will give us problem to our space, it will also increase the food consumption. We will call as early as possible the deformed fish. And the 4th one is this so-called the grow out. You have to select, or I mean those ones that have been selected will be thrown in a grow out tank for them to be able to rapidly increase their size and the harvest, of course. And this method now is the selection process. This is the step where we gather all those fish which are beautiful and perfect in terms of body shape, and then we will put them in a bigger tank for grow out. So we estimated this to reach around 500 heads of this quality, the quality fish. These are the good ones. And then, of course, we have this good, the excellent, the good, and the reject. So we will put the good ones in the aquarium so that you will appreciate the beauty of our fish. And then this medium size, this not so good ones, will be placed right here. So they will not be mixed up because we have the net over there. Though the water can just flow in right there, but the fish could not go through because of the net. So you look at this, guys. These are the fish which we have selected as excellent fish to be sold in the market in the future. So you will see that they have good size, they have perfect bodies, and their tails are really also very perfect. So we hope to harvest them 3 months from now. The first batch of this are already thrown in the mud pan. They're growing and they're now big, and we will film the actual harvest in the future. And this fish will be placed right here. So we will make a comparison between the fish that are grown here and the fish that are grown in the mud pan. But I'm already certain that the fish that are grown in the mud pan are growing fast than the fish that are grown in this setup, this concrete tank. And I'm so happy because I have counted more than 500, maybe around 700 of them, which have good body configurations and they have good breeds. And you will see that most of them are already in perfect shape. And another thing that I have to emphasize is when you observe that one of the fish already become a monster, meaning that this fish that have grown fast, very fast, will immediately be taken out from the tank. Because if this will not be done, or if you don't take the big one from the tank, then you will end up losing your business, because these big ones will eat up all the inferior fish, the smaller ones, and you will harvest less. So it's my principle that during the feeding time, if I can spot 1, 2, or 3 big fish that is growing already, I have to sacrifice, I have to let my staff drop the net and try to get that big one out of the tank. And this is what is happening right now. Actually, just yesterday, I instructed my staff to be patient enough in finding ways how to catch this big ones so that we can still make a good harvest. In my more than 20 years of experience in this fish industry, I can say that this business is actually good, especially if you don't have enough capital, because what you will need is just a small amount of money. You have this property like this, and then you breed, and then you can already start your business. You can sell it. Even we don't have millions of pesos for the capital. So you can start with the backyard. I know that some of you have witnessed how we started this farm. And we started from breeding the small fish like the guppies, this betta fish. And now we're expanding to large breed of fish like this Japanese koi and this goldfish, several types of goldfish. So we will now release some of the jumbo lines here, and then we expect that we can harvest them 2 months from now. I hope, guys, that you are enlightened and encouraged with this kind of video, and I hope that you will still continue to like and share. And then I would like to make a shout out to the members of this channel, and also to our subscribers, to our regular viewers, to our followers. Thanks a lot for your support. And in our next video, we're gonna be sharing with you our strategies on how to market our fish, and that's gonna be exciting. So I would like to see you in our next video, only here at Dexter's World.